Math.
Rich, you want to?
All right, I want to just quick
Thank you, by
kick
the way.
off. Many of you know we've talked a lot about math. One of the things that we know about our high school students, if they take 4 years of math, they're more likely, less likely to not have to take developmental math. So our math faculty, Donna Carlson, has been leading this effort. Take 4 math campaigns. Sarah Stashke from our college readiness area has been helping her. I wanted them to give you a quick overview of the campaign and a new video that we recently put together. So I'll turn it over to them.
So thank you. I'm Sarah Stashke, the manager of college readiness and dual credit, and I've been really fortunate in being able to work with the math department on outreach to high schools.
And I'm Donna Carlson from the math department, and Rich asked us to come and give you a very brief highlight of our Take 4 campaign that we are encouraging all high school students to take 4 years of math while they are in high school. Many of the high schools have developed a 4th year math class specifically for the type of student that may not have taken a senior math class in the past. And we have developed some marketing materials to help reinforce that idea that taking 4 years of math is really important. The original Take 4 campaign started with 3 sets of materials. We had PR help us work on these posters. We delivered the posters to all of the Alliance high schools with enough posters so that every math classroom and every counselor office could display this poster for their students. So that was one part of it. We also had PR make us these little palm cards. So are those getting passed around?
Yeah.
Okay, great. These palm cards, we originally thought they would be good to have high schools put in 8th grade orientation packets for their students and parents as they're coming into the high school, so that we get the message out right away that we want these students thinking about taking 4 years of math the whole time that they are in high school. Also, we've developed a companion website with some of this information on the palm cards, as well as links to college readiness and some math information, and the idea that we can add to the website as more resources become available.
So in order to kind of unveil our campaign last fall, we set up meetings with high schools. We asked to meet with the math department chair and a counseling chair at each of the Alliance high schools, and said we wanted to come and drop off materials. So that's when we dropped off the posters and the palm cards. And it was actually a really good excuse just to rebuild those connections and continue to build the relationships that we have with the math and counseling departments in the high schools. So we were able to meet new staff members at the high schools and then just reconnect with existing staff members that we've worked with in the past. And just by being at the high school, we were able to start a lot of conversations that we were able to share updates on what's going on in the CLC's math department. We have a lot of new innovative things happening that we were excited to share. And then to also get updates on what the high schools are doing, because they have a lot of innovative initiatives going on right now as well related to math. So just being able to have those conversations were really beneficial. They also opened up the opportunity to talk about future collaboration with some of the high schools and how we can work together to continue to support students in their high schools and then as they transition to college. So we are, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, based on the success of last year's visits, we are planning to continue these visits in the fall of 2016 and to deliver new sets of materials, and again, just use it as an excuse to start conversations about collaboration.
Do you have some data on either the students that entered CLC in the past fall semester, or what you'd expect in the forthcoming fall semester?
Sean always does a wonderful job at the high school feedback report. Are you familiar with that report the college puts out?
I'm not.
It gives a breakdown of the students that graduated from the area high schools, how many of them came to the college, and where they placed in our curriculum, both in English and in math. And I believe, and Sean could correct me if Sean here, that we've seen an upturn in the percentage of students that are college ready in this past
That's correct. In the
fall
last 2
class.
years, that's been increasing.
So we do track that data. And we also share that through the Alliance and through Sean's department to all the high schools, I believe. We share that data with the high schools as well.
So Professor Carlson, you're a full-time math professor,
Correct.
and yet you take time out of your day to go to high schools and talk with counselors and such?
Actually, I've been very graciously given alternative load to be released out of one of my classes and each semester to do my high school outreach
I
activity.
mean, this is fantastic that you do this, and I applaud you for that.
It's a pleasure. I enjoy it very much.
I think it sounds wonderful. And I love what you guys are doing, and I have some other questions. I guess because little knowledge is dangerous, and I only have this much knowledge. But I went to a conference where I heard what McHenry Community College is doing with this. I don't know if you've talked to them, but they're able to even give the test in the high schools. Give the math readiness test in the high schools, and when the students take the test, they all find out that they can't pass it. Like what they said in the presentation that I went to is their superintendent can't pass it, their principals can't pass it, nobody can pass it, nobody can pass it.
Board can't pass it.
I'm sure I can pass it. I don't know that I can pass in any of your classes. But I mean, only reason I am saying this is because I just know about this other group of people that I think are making major inroads in the high schools where they're able to go into the classrooms.
We're doing that. I don't know if they want to just mention.
Are you
Yeah,
getting
you
to
mentioned
it?
it.
And
Yeah.
aligning the curricula. That was the other thing I was saying, is that the conversations they were talking about that have become so advanced that they've been able to work faculty to faculty to align the curriculum. So I don't know if if you have gotten to that level, and if you have, then that's awesome, because it's going to pay off for kids no matter where they go to school.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about some of the initiatives that we've done in collaboration with the math department. We've done early awareness testing where we go in and we offer our placement test to typically sophomores in high school. It's not for placement here, but it's to give them an early awareness of this is what a developmental class is, this is what a placement test looks like, this is why it's important to sort of do well in your next few years. We have done workshops that aren't necessarily tied to the placement test, but where we go in and talk to classes of freshmen, classes of sophomores about math, about differences between math and high school and college, and why it's so important to take advantage of opportunities that students have in high school. When we're talking about some of these fourth-year classes that high schools have developed, a lot of these were developed in collaboration with Donna and the math department, doing exactly what you said, sitting down, sharing curriculum, saying, are there gaps in what we're doing? How can we better align to try to increase the success of students on the placement exam? So it sort of depends on high schools and where they're interested in having us partner with them. And that's part of what these conversations have allowed us to do. So we feel like if this becomes an annual, we kind of take fall semester to go out and meet with math departments, with counseling departments in the high school, that it'll just continue those conversations and have high schools think of us, oh, well, if we're talking about math and college math, could we maybe have the college come in and talk to our students? So we've seen some further collaboration out of just meetings, and we're looking forward to even more of that. And one of the things we do is we'll share in other districts, this is what we've done and it's been successful and well received.
No, I think it's terrific. And as I was thinking, you're helping these students no matter where they choose to go on to school. So it's a wonderful service. And I'm glad to hear that you're going in early and letting them know this is what you guys are going to encounter. So we've been hearing about the K12 collaboration, so this is great to hear the specifics of how it's playing out. Thank you.
Go ahead.
right now the state requires, what, 3 years of math for graduation?
3 years for graduation.
As we continue down this road, because I think this is, definitely the road we need to be going down, we might want to consider delving deeper into the elementary school as opposed to just doing an 8th grade orientation, because a freshman in high school, say that freshman decides not to take math that year, then they've already missed their opportunity to be able to take 4 years of math. If we get them at a little bit earlier age and start hammering in the 4 years of math, at least they'll be able to fit it into their schedule as opposed to just missing out completely.
That's a great idea because, go ahead, it segues.
Segues into what we're going to do next. We're very excited to unveil for you the latest in the Take 4 campaign. It's an energetic new video, and the target audience are middle school students. So, with that in mind, you have to view the video through that lens. You have to think, I am a middle school student, okay, when you see this, because that is the target. So I want you all to channel your inner middle schooler as you view the video.
Hey, you! Do you want multiple dollars? How about more money than a money jungle? Then you need to try math for students who want many much money. See how much math? What's 2 plus 2? 4 years of math. Foolish people might say, but I only need 3 years of high school math to pass. To pass what? Wackadoodle high? And the foolish people apologize and realize that math is used in all things eternally. Math is used in volcanoes, hospitals, chefing, sports, gladiators, teaching, lightning, racing, planets, music blasting, scoring, and ruling the world. 4 years of math will literally give you the ability to storm jump. Not only will you be able to storm jump, but you'll also be better prepared to test out of math classes in college. That way you don't have to stay in college for 100 zillion years. How much money will you save by not paying for that extra math class? $100 zillion. This is your brain on 4 years of math. This is your brain on 3 years of math. That stupid empty section of your brain will end up mutating by the theory of evil science solution. And it'll grow a mutant's foot, which will eventually get mad at you because you won't play soccer with it. And it'll kick a hole in your head, and then your brain will fall out, and you'll know nothing. And will forever have to wear a crazy hat because your head is a foot long. Taking 4 years of math will give you 2 brains, and they'll reproduce and create 1 million babies. Then when you're taking your placement test in college, your brain bees will punch all the wrong answers in the face, and you got a perfect score and win a super golden unicorn. And that golden unicorn will be a free pass, so you don't have to take extra math classes in college, and then you'll save so much money that you can make golden baby unicorns and have the happiest unicorn family in all the galaxy and rule all the planets and win all the universe games. Math, dinosaurs, math, skydiving, math, sports, math.
That was good.
So let me credit, that was a collaborative effort between some members in the math department. PR helped a great deal, and J-Jack Productions is who actually did the video for us.
Huh. Right.
Very good voice.
Very good.
So Sarah, one question. You've got the dual credit. So how many how many dual credits would they get if they took 4 years of math? How many of those credits would come in at college level?
So the 4 years that they're taking are 4 years of high school math.
Right,
so the
right.
goal is with the high school math, they're going to take our placement test, or they're going to earn a high enough score on their ACT.
Okay, so none of these math classes would count as dual credit?
Not currently.
Okay.
If they took a calc, but not these courses.
Yeah, AP credits would transfer in. Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If there aren't any questions, that's my report, and we'll show you the video anytime.